everybody, how's it going? What are you doing? Where are you doing it? And how well are you doing it? Because it's all about doing it well, right? I'm Dan Schinder here on Drum Talk TV, coming to you from Globe, Arizona, 100 miles east of Phoenix, up in the mountains, where there's no one else here, basically. And I'm so thrilled to have our guest today, Paa Kow, coming to us all the way. He lives in Denver, Colorado, but he's at home in Ghana right now. Paa, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thanks. I'm so excited to have you on because, as you know, we've been communicating with each other and with your manager, Peyton, to set this up.
Yeah.
It's been like, I think, 2 or 3 months. And in the meantime,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, I've been enjoying your playing, and it's really it's really reminded me how much I need to practice. So before we go any further, I want to show a clip for some people so they could see a short clip of you playing. This is the first one that I showed you that we would show, the short one. I think it's at a clinic or something. Before I play the clip, Paa, can you talk about that amazing drum kit first, where it was made, what types of drums those are, and folks, tell us where you're watching from too. What's with that beautiful kit, man?
Yeah. So the idea comes as I need a unique drum sound, and I was always thinking about that. But I think 3 years ago, and an idea it comes up like I need to put it together. So I came to Ghana here, and then see a drum maker, and I explained it to him the way I wanted it. So traditional, they have Atumpan. Atumpan has a male and female, and then the bass drum, they call it from. They carry it, and somebody will play from the back.
Right.
So, yeah, but so what I did is like I told them I wanted to sound like a kid, So I don't have any extra sound, woo woo. So I did the 22 size bass. Yeah, it's 22, and then I think I have 10 and 12 and 14.
Oh,
it's the 14. Yeah, so the same idea, and I put it together and I play it, and it sounds exactly what I was looking for.
And they look like they're ornately hand carved out of really thick wood, are they?
Yeah, African teak.
African teak. And how thick are the shells? They look really thick.
Yeah, they look thick, but they carve it from the inside, And so you get most of the wood out of it. So it used to be heavy the first time I get it because it was a little wet. And I brought it to Colorado, and then you know how dry it is out there.
Yeah.
And then dry it up, and I even have a crack in there in the bass drum. I figured out to find some kind of glue, wood glue.
Right.
So it stopped spreading. But yeah, that's the kit that I always dream to play.
Oh, that's beautiful. I want to show everybody this clip real quick. Folks, you have got to check out not only these drums, but this groove has really inspired me to learn this style of music. So we'll talk about Afro-fusion when we come back. Here's Paa Kow. Check this out. Oops, that's the photo. Let's bring up the video. Here we go. Oh, I just love that clip. So let's talk about Afro-fusion music. Who originated that style of music and where? Do you know the roots of that? When it was birthed, basically?
Well, the they have fusion music, which is reflected to weather report. They call their music as fusion.
Right.
And I mean, we have highlight music in Ghana. That's our traditional music. We get a lot of rhythms here. But I thought, as me being unique musician, I have to come out my own sound,
right,
that everybody will recognize me when they hear that sound.
So far, it's working for you, by the way. So far, it works.
it works because the roots is Ghanaian music, highlight music. But then I came to Colorado, learn the music school, Border CU Music School. I'm friends of most of the guys, the musicians. I learned, and also I listen to most of the jazz music, like Herbie Hancock and all those people. So I thought I need to create my own sound that when people hear, they know that it's me. Right. So that's why I called it Afro-fusion.
Oh, great.
Yeah, because we have Afro music here in Africa.
Right.
So, and be able to bring the funk and double time and everything in it. I feel like, that's the way I was supposed to describe my music.
That's awesome, because I know that some of your influences are fusion artists. You mentioned Weather Report, being that Billy Cobham is an influence of yours, probably Maharishi New Orchestra, right?
Right. Buddy Rich. Yeah, all the great musicians.
That's great. Well, I would love for people to see and hear your music in context of that. So we're going to play a clip of the Afro-fusion Orchestra. But before I do, set that up a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the orchestra, the instrumentation, and what this gig is all about.
Okay, so the orchestra, Paa Kow Afro-fusion Orchestra, we have a lot of instruments on stage. If you see, we have like 3 percussion players at the same time.
Yeah.
We have 4 horn section, 2 keyboard players, and then 2 guitar players and bass player, including me. So it's a big thing. And if you hear really close, everybody's playing different parts. It's not like, let's play 4/4 and just groove thinking that. People are playing complex rhythms. And to be able to do that, you need everybody to be able to dedicate with the style of music that I'm doing. And the way the music has been written, you can't just have 2 people or 3 people and perform it, make it sounds good.
Right.
So that's the idea. I always want to go with my crew, like the way Fela Kuti did,
Yeah.
And most of the people out there are always doing that. So that's Paa Kow Afro-fusion Orchestra. And
awesome.
That's the reason why.
Cool. Let's show everybody what it looks like, feels like, and sounds like. Here we go. Check this out, folks. This is beautiful. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Just beautiful. Awesome. Oh, it's such happy music, too.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's absolutely. And I know that people got a whole different look at your kit, being able to see it from the front and see how deeply carved, everything was. How long did it take for you to put together that lineup? Like, were these guys you knew for a long time, or did you have to search for these guys? Because it's very cohesive, you could tell.
Well, there's a friend of mine. His name is Kinopu. And, I know he's a drum maker, but not this type of drum,
Yeah.
So, years back, always think about trying to get that drum. And I think 3 years ago, I came back to Ghana and I was like, no, I got to get this thing done. So, that time my manager was here, so I went with him and I go look for the guy and we talk about it, how the size I need and all that.
Right.
So I write it down for him, and then he said, okay, he can pull it up. The very hard thing about it, I get all the toms, but the bass drum is too big to find a tree like that.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the scary part, because I was waiting and I want to, cargo it and bring it to state. Right. And he always called me, he's like, Paa Kow, sorry man, we haven't get a big tree like that. So I was here for like a month, and then he was like, okay, I have good news. Now we'll find a tree like that.
Oh,
and you have to go there somewhere close to the north side.
And it's also African teak like the other drums?
Yeah, the same. They were, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just that bass drum is just one tree,
Yeah.
And
what are the heads, Paa Kow? What are the heads?
Okay, the head I use cow skin.
Okay, because I'm going to show a picture again while you're explaining the heads, and maybe if you don't mind, you could also explain how you tune the heads. Okay. I'm going to zoom in a little bit too.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, go ahead.
So it's a cow skin, because cow skin is a little tough. It's not easy to break. Right. That's why I decided to get a cow skin, because I'm using the sticks. Usually they get like goat skin because it's light and they use their hands. Right. But this one I prepared the cow skin, and the way I tune it, it gets a purse. You can see there's a purse. Yeah. Around the whole kit, the thing. So sometimes I get a hammer or maybe like a little stone. When the weather get wet, the skin come down too. Yeah. Because they have, and when the weather get hot, they come up. Mm-hmm. So it depends. So I always have like maybe metal, some stone, or maybe hammer with me anytime I'm performing. So when I see that I heard that the drum went down, then I'll start hammering it, and get the sound. That's the way I tune it. There's no drum key.
That's cool. It's amazing. I'm going to play another clip. This one is, let's see, which one should I play? I'm looking down here at a folder where I've got a few of them. I don't know how to describe this one. It looks like you might be in your house. I'm not sure. Okay. So yeah, let's just play it for everybody so they can see more of your style, and for those of us joining us late. Folks, tell us where you're watching from. I'm going to check comments in a moment and let us know if there's any questions. Here we go. Check out this other clip of Paa Kow. Okay. I can't help myself. I'm going to play one more, and then I have a question from the audience that I'm going to relay to you. This one, I think I named this one myself because I named it Paa Kow Off the Chain. And in this one, let me pull it up before it plays. This one, you're not playing that drum kit. You're playing a black drum kit. Do you know what video that is?
Was what black drum kit?
Yeah. In like a padded room.
Really?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and play it, and then after the interview's over, you'll be able to watch it and see. But let's go ahead, folks, and then I'm going to ask a couple questions about your gear from the audience. Check this out, folks. Oh yeah, you're playing with other musicians. You can't see them, but you can hear them.
Oh yeah, that was this video was here. It was here in Ghana.
Okay, great. Here we go. Awesome. Awesome stuff. You know what I love is that you go from what I would refer to as a lot of brevity, where you're kind of holding back, you're creating a lot of space, and then next thing you know, you're doing bluzda all over the kit, blah, 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 back to a lot more space. And I love that because Bill Bruford, I think, says it best when he says, and Ian Pace, I'm sure a lot of other drummers, that it's not the notes you play, it's the notes you don't play. And in that video, you kind of see both sides of your playing, you know?
That's right. That's right.
Cool. I have a gear question from, this is from Arthur Michael Eisenberg says, what makes up the snare drum on your African teak kit? Can you talk about the snare drum?
Oh, that one, the chorus drum, it's a tradition drum for Kan people. Here in Accra, we have a trap here, and you know, that's their tradition drum.
Oh wow!
And they always make it skinny like that, and it's like it had a pitch, like really high pitch.
Yeah.
So I like it, have it in the side, you know.
Yeah.
To just do those stuff. So
yeah. That's cool. And then we have hey, Jordan Mathis from Jacksonville, Florida says hi. Chip Ritter, our friend, says hello. Jiffy Griffiths. Yeah, Jiffy Griffiths is in a fusion rock band that's instrumental with his brother. They're called the Kinky Wizards. And he's going to be on, I think, the 19th of June, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Phil Combs is watching. Gregory Hudson. Thanks, everyone, so much for tuning in. So, Pa, when did you start playing drums? How old were you?
Oh God, I was really young. So my family have a concert band. They have a band in my hometown, and my mom, she's a singer in the band. And I was really young. I was like 6, 7 then, and so anytime I heard them playing, you know, I loved that. This is what I want to do, you know, and I just music found me there. You know, one time I was there and I went to jam with them. They were performing and I said, I'll play. So I started playing the congas. They give the congas to me.
Oh, wow.
So from there, and everybody was like, oh, this kid will be really good in the future. So I started playing at the age of, let's say at the age of 6 or 7. That's what I would say.
Great. And when and what attracted you to contemporary fusion music like Weather Report and Billy Cobham and all that stuff?
Yeah, in Ghana here, there's a radio station. It's taught back in the days, like you can't go to the net to find the music. You can't, so you always have to dig to find a good song you can learn from. So there's a radio station called Atlantic Radio.
Mm-hmm.
So back in the day, I heard them playing Mr. Magic. I don't know if you hear about Mr. Magic.
Yeah.
George Benson and Chick Corea,
Oh, wow.
So, so back in the days, when the radio was playing, I would use a cassette. The little disc, the cassette. Yeah. And then I would use it to record, and I would get those songs. Right. So from there, growing, playing, with all the good bands in Ghana, all that stuff, I started finding my way to fusion music, listen to all the Ultramarine, Kassav, or, a lot of great, musicians that they inspired me.
That's great. My first introduction to fusion was the album Romantic Warrior by Return to Forever with Chick Corea, Lenny White on drums, Stanley Clarke on bass, and Al Di Meola on guitar. And I actually saw that lineup perform live in concert. And they were just amazing. So that was like my first introduction to music. And what it made me realize was that musical boundaries, that really there are none, that there's sort of really no rules. There's no boundaries.
No rule.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It's a language. And the language, you don't actually have to understand before you know what is going on.
Right.
You understand? If you look at the mathematics, right? We have 4, we have 8, we have 12 bars, we have 16 bars, all that stuff. That's one thing. But then we all speak and make it, something we do, we don't even see it.
Right.
You see, we all do that, but we don't act. Nobody see music, Right. But we do it, we make it. And so it's huge. That, as you say, it doesn't have any boundary, because as you keep learning, you can learn from someone's language and you get more vocabulary,
Yeah.
that way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, Paa Kow, do you have a band that you play with in the United States?
Yes, I have a band as Paa Kow Afro-fusion Orchestra.
Great.
I have a band there, and also I have a band here.
Okay.
But the artist, life. Yeah. You always have to. You can't find the musicians. Musicians have to be your closest friends. Because they are part of it. That you can be able to put all those stuff out there. Right. You can make it. You need somebody's help to play the percussion. Even if it's your idea, you need to bring them together. So I'm open to everybody, all the musicians, because you never know when the music will call you and then they say, hey, Paa Kow, come play with your band, and I have to organize and make sure that they're playing the thing that I want to hear. So I have a band there, and when I come to Ghana, I have a band here. But I'm also trying to tour with my band here, in Ghana, because I think that's more international stuff, Yeah.
Do you feel there's more of an accepting audience there for that type of music that you play?
Yeah, and Europe or anywhere,
Right.
So I'm wide open, but I have a band there and I have a band here, so
cool.
So,
do you have plans to tour when all the restrictions are gone and it's safe and we can all travel again? Do you have plans to tour in the U.S. or Europe?
I do.
Oh, great.
I have plans to, even, as you know, we all lost our gigs,
Yeah.
It's one of those things because, thank God we're still alive.
Yeah.
We keep positive and pass through that. But maybe next year if you allow, because now when people are happy, that's the time we can work. You know, when people are not happy, we can't work. Because our work is a happiness work.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? Well, I would love to see you perform live. I hope you come through the Phoenix area or Tucson. Those are both like an hour and a half, 2 hours from where we live in the mountains. A bunch of our kids, we have a lot of kids, grown, but we have a lot. Southern California, Oregon, and we've got a bunch of kids in Las Vegas. So if you play in Las Vegas, we'll go out there and see you. But I would love to see you perform in person.
Yeah, definitely. Next year, if everything went down and we are cool to perform, I'll be touring a lot next year.
Great.
You know,
I'm gonna see who else.
We are hungry for music.
Great. Arthur Michael Eisenberg says. It says, I like his technique and the way he approaches not only on the kit, but the music as well, which is great. And he's in Boston. So there you go. People digging on. That's what I love doing. I discover music that's new to me. And when I bring it on the show and we get to talk to the awesome drummers, people get exposed to new stuff. That's what music should all be about. Just like food, right? Music and food is what brings people together.
That's right.
Yeah. So I have what we call the Paa Kow fun fact question. And here's how that question works. When you're not playing music, when you're not writing, when you're not recording, when you're not touring, when you're not rehearsing, when you're not doing clinics, when you're not working on your chops, when you're not anywhere near drums, what do you like to do? How do you like to spend your time when you're away from music?
Okay, it's tough to say you can even go a day and not music. You know,
right.
I don't think I have been in that position yet.
Yeah.
Because all my life, if I shouldn't even have to practice or play my drum, there's a way that I can go still and listen to something.
Yeah.
You know, and it's part of the rehearsals, you know. But if I'm not doing anything, maybe it's tough. I don't know.
That's
music.
That's okay. So we'll say when you're not playing it, you like to listen to it.
Yeah, I like to listen to it, you know. Unless maybe I'm in a mood with something, maybe I'm hanging with my lady or something like that. Even that, I'll just go play something for us to just hang out, you know.
Yeah.
Music is a big part of we human beings, that it brings things together, it brings us together, you know. So I never, maybe a time will come then I'll lock myself and not just even play music, but I meditate, you know. Yeah. I like exercising too.
Oh,
so if I'm not even practice, if I'm not practicing or doing anything, sometimes I like to, you know, go for a walk or maybe do my push-up, because as a drummer you have to have a stamina.
That's right. You got to be conditioned.
Yeah. So if you don't exercise, you always look fragile. You know.
Yeah.
You look fragile. So I exercise a lot. You might see me skinny, but you know, strong in.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm only 5. I used to be 5'8", but I'm 57 now. I lost my hair. I think I'm probably 5'7" now and only 150 pounds. So I'm skinny, but very conditioned and toned and lean. I think I've got like 9% body fat or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I do the same thing. I walk and run. I need to get back to lifting weights, but most of my working out is playing the drums, walking, and running.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and shaking my fist. Also, shaking my fist at our kids. Well, Paa Kow, I appreciate you so much for taking time. It was fun. We will definitely do this again. Hang on the line with me after I say goodbye to the audience. I hope you had fun. I really enjoyed learning more about you, more about your music, more about your influences, and more about your beautiful drums, of course, as well, too.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Absolutely.
you. It's an honor. You know, and I appreciate you. You're a great guy, and
Thanks.
I'm looking forward to speak with you again.
Thank you, absolutely. And thank you, everybody, for following what we do here on Drum Talk TV. I hope you enjoyed my interview with Paa Kow, all the way from Ghana in West Africa. And I'm coming to you all the way from Globe, Arizona, a tiny little city in the mountains 100 miles east of Phoenix. There's only 7,234 people here. We love it. So we will see you soon.